Third time's a charm. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Gainesville Tuesday meeting at the Cade Museum. Please silence your cell phones, and if you're watching on YouTube, please register your participation by sending an email to info@rotarygainesville.org. Leading us in song and pledge, Pete Enwall.
Glad everybody survived the storm, such as it was. But before the storm came, I went for a walk Saturday, and I was walking along the sidewalk, and on the grass there was this round, small black object. So I picked it up, and it had a hole in the middle, and it had grooves on it. And so I looked at it, and I thought, well, just see what it is. It looked like a Frisbee. So I threw it, and it went 300 yards. That must be some kind of record. Wait for it, wait. Okay. Gordon, I think we're going to sing God Bless America. God bless America, thank you. Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. That's very good. Join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please welcome Deborah Newell to lead our invocation.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. Let's pray. Gracious Creator, we give you the honor, glory, and praise for every good gift, for nourishment and hydration across our state to fill aquifers, grow food, and sustain life. We thank you for friends and family who reach out and help buoy us up in the challenging times, and for whom we can do the same in demonstration of your goodness and kindness. We ask you for wisdom and discernment in interactions, and that you lavishly bestow it upon each leader and hopeful leader, locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally, in these days which seem uncertain and chaotic. In times of lean and plenty, let us give thanks to you for everything. Let us be gracious and kind in word and deed to all whom we come in contact. We ask you to bless the future generations of all ages in their comings and goings, and encourage us to keep our eyes always on you. In your holy and precious name, amen.
Thank you, Deborah. We ask that guests and visiting Rotarians remain standing.
Hi, I'm Helen Gilstrom, but I'm proud to introduce you to Kelly Costomo, who's here from the school board, and she's going to talk about underwear.
So now.
All right, thank you, Kelly. We have a few birthdays this month. If your birthday's in August, if you would please take your dollar to Ryan and join me in celebrating August as a birthday month for Pat Boys, Morgan Burns, Randy Caton, Lauren Elliott, Carolyn Freeman, John Gregory, John Haswell, Champ Lozano, Barzella Papa, Tammy Prince, Jason Schenk, Doug Thompson, and Bill Ziegel. And Pete will lead us in singing Happy Birthday. Pete, did you think it was your birthday? But you're going to give $1?
Nobody came up to give $1. Oh, well, there's Jason. Okay, well, I'll take mine back. So, I'm going to sing happy birthday. Oh, gee. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, fellow Rotarians. Happy birthday to you. And many more. And John Haswell gave $5, so he's good for the next. No, I think he's good for the next 5 years if he can make it.
All right, and up to make a special announcement today, Kelly Costomo.
All right, well, I don't know how special it will be, but I'm here to say thank you in advance for all of your contributions to our underwear collection. We usually call it the Undie 500, but this year I guess we're calling it the Undie 2024 for Olympic support. As you guys know, when students have accidents at school, we're able, through your support, to keep them at school because we have clean underwear to offer them, which keeps them learning. A lot of the students who experience this situation are unfortunate in many ways and behind, and so if we send them home to get new underwear, they don't come back to school that day, and we really need them to be there for as many learning minutes as possible, so we're very grateful. And while I have this microphone, I also need to say thank you to everyone who delivered this morning bags for our teachers at 5 schools, so thank you for that service project that you guys also did. And thank you for collecting money for Rotary Reading Safari. So all of the things that you guys do in service for Alachua County Public Schools, we're so grateful for, and thank you so much for giving me this special opportunity.
Today we have a special craft talk. Please join me in welcoming a familiar face to the podium, Mr. Tony Barr.
Supposed to be about my life. Born in New York City, in Manhattan. Stayed there for 5 days. My parents then moved out to suburbs. Grew up in New Jersey. Actually just a mile from Bell Telephone Laboratories. And that was where we get the transistor, we get fiber optics. It was the center of, and actually a lot of computing came out there, the operating system, the C language. So it was a very fortunate place to grow up. From a young age, I read stories of inventors, Marconi, Edison, the Wright brothers, and I decided I wanted to be an inventor. So to be an inventor, I thought I needed physics. So that's what I went off to school to study physics, got a master's in physics. And actually along the way, I took a detour. I went to become a student trainee at the White Sands Missile Range. So I'm out there 20 years old and bored out of my mind because I'm out on a monitoring station that wasn't functioning, and my position was just to sit in my desk. And you had the soldiers there were playing cards and fiddling around, I don't remember. But anyway, the civil service guys, 2 guys were hiding in their office. So I decided I wanted to become a programmer like the other students. Every day we would take this bus from the campus at Las Cruces up over the Oregon mountains, come down. It's cold as hell. And the cold air would just come through that old Army bus. But the kids told me that they had gotten jobs programming. So I went and got a job programming. And then the woman said, well, we'd love to have you here, but you're going to have to ask your manager. The manager said, talk to the branch manager. So I went to the branch manager. He said, no, we need you on the monitoring station. So I decided, well, it's over. So I checked out of my dorm and packed my bag and came back. And the colonel, who was head of the division, said, why didn't you come talk to me? But I was already headed home, so I hitchhiked 2,100 miles back to Summit, New Jersey. And I did stay in the YMCA in Birmingham, which was a very unique situation because they had fans everywhere and they had doors that just, they wanted the air to circulate. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. So I went to school at NC State and I studied physics. When I became a grad student, I got a job programming, doing ag statistics, and the programs I used were used all over the experiment stations in the Southeast. Then when I went to work for IBM at the Pentagon, worked on the formatted file system. We were going to put all the military information into the computer. This was an incredible, challenging task, and I loved it. And however, after 15 months, I had the first sit-down meeting with my manager. I never saw him show up. Most of the time, I was just given these little things to do. I guess I'm being pulled. So anyway, so the manager sat me to the desk to do nothing. And so I was just going out of my mind. I got a phone call from my old boss in NC State. He says, can you come back? We're getting new computers. So I took the bus down there on the weekend, checked out of there, started working on statistical programming, but I envisioned the formatted file system from the Pentagon merged with statistics programs. And that became the SAS language, which is now a $6 billion entity in North Carolina. And I came down here to Raleigh, from Raleigh to Gainesville, and I guess it's my time. It's about up.
I am awake.
I loved it here, but I just have to give
What have you got in your ears?
the final thing of my life.
Rotating.
Whoever one of the many members is on Zoom who's not muted their microphone, please mute it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. And now please join me in welcoming our president, Ryan Thompson.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Glad everybody made it through the storm okay. Sans a little flooding. If anybody does have yard debris and needs some help picking that up, remember we had the chainsaw gang, Wilbur's here today, and we're happy to help you. Last week we did the teacher bags to welcome back teachers to the schools. We had over a dozen volunteers, so thank you to everybody that volunteered. Just really quick, if you volunteered with us, go ahead and raise your hand. I see Helen, Wilbur, I saw Jenna, Dwight. Thank you all, appreciate it. Made very quick work. And a big thank you to TJ and Courtney Pache for putting all that together. The survey is still up. I sent a reminder out about it last week. I'm going to close that off on Friday. I just let everybody know. If you did intend to do that, go ahead and take care of that. I appreciate it. Gotten a lot of really good feedback. Next week, look to share some of those results and some of the action plans. All right. For everybody that's going to RLI, I think there's about 10 of us. Looking forward to that. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome Guy to introduce today's speaker. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very excited to introduce our guest for today. Angela Howard is a dedicated leader in the nonprofit sector, serving as the president and chief executive officer of the North Central Florida YMCA. With a passion for community development, Angela has made significant contributions to the YMCA's mission and purpose of promoting youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Angela has over 20 years of experience in nonprofit management, having held various leadership roles within the YMCA movement. She has successfully overseen strategic planning, program development, and fundraising initiatives, and her commitment to fostering a sense of belonging and inclusivity has been instrumental in creating a positive impact on the lives of individuals and families served by North Central Florida YMCA. Under Angela's leadership, the North Central Florida YMCA has expanded its programs to reach rural communities and diverse populations, including children, seniors, and families. Her vision centers around building strong communities through accessible programs, education, and social services. She holds a master's in business administration from Nova Southeastern University and a Bachelor of Science in organizational management from Wiley College. Angela is a proud advocate for providing opportunities for individuals to reach their fullest potential, both within the Y and beyond. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with Ken, her husband of 32 years, 3 adult children, and a precious granddaughter. I will say personally, I had the honor of serving on the YMCA board for 5 years under Angela's leadership and saw firsthand the amazing leader and person that she is. So please help me welcome my friend, Angela Howard.
Good afternoon, everyone. Do you mind if I move this? Because I don't do well standing behind a podium. I like to move, but I know I have to stay within visible range. Okay, am I good? All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to come out and speak to you all about the Y and what we've been doing in transitions the past 5 years that I've been here. I can't believe it's been 5 years since I've been here. I moved to Gainesville, Florida from Ohio. So we're going to talk a little bit about who we are, because I will share that was a big question of a thought process of many people who thought the Y was just a gym and a pool. But reality is we are a mission-centered, purpose-driven 501c3 nonprofit organization. We classify ourselves as a social organization, where we know others may classify us as a recreational organization. We are here simply to strengthen our community. That is our purpose, that is our cause, and we do it in 3 areas of focus, which we are breaking it down a little bit for you today, which was youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And what does that even mean? It simply means we're going to empower young people. We're going to nurture the potential of every child that we come encounter with. We're also going to improve the health and well-being of our community, whatever that may need at the time, as well as inspiring action. So what needs to take place? What are areas that the Y needs to show up? In the process, over the past 5 years, we had something called a pandemic, the COVID-19 that took place and shut everything down. We had an opportunity to say, okay, we need to look at our model. Where are we going? What are we doing? What works? What does not work for us? This is the time that we really could analyze what changes might need to be made. Well, in the process, we said there was a lot of changes that need to be made. For those that know the history, I don't shy away from history. I walked in. History is a part of who we are as we move forward to where we're going in the future. And so it's like, okay, we need to transition. We need to listen. We need to listen to the people, the community. That's where we're at. We're not here for all. We can't do everything. We have to come together as a community and work together. So what does that look like? Well, we're transitioning to become a community impact hub. Fancy name to say community center. hub sounds better though, doesn't it? Community impact hub. Yes, it does. And so with that transition, our new strategic vision is to be the center of collaboration. So the why did we choose to become a community impact hub? Well, I will tell you, I've been in all the assessments that have been done here in the community. I received assessments when I was in my interview process to come here, as far as everything that has been done since 2018 all the way up to here. And so with all the assessments, the community health, looking at what you have, the city, the county, you name it, we had the data. And so within the data, we were looking at what are some of the service gaps that really truly need to be addressed and who's addressing it. So we found that the why simply means to increase the accessibility to address the service gaps that we have within our community. We're going to stay within our 3 areas of focus: youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility, because reality is we used to try to be all for everybody, do everything for everybody, but we were not being of any form of quality, because you cannot be everything that everybody needs. So we're going to, as we say, stay in our lane, which our lane is youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So the how. We understand that everybody has their own gifts, thought processes, and all of that. And it's simply through partnerships and collaboration. You cannot do it all if you're in a community. You can't be one person by yourself. You need the entire community to do the work. So with an impact, the community impact, it is simply an integrated model of collaboration and partnership that everybody comes under one hub to work together in youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So we're not going to come out and say, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, when it's not our area of expertise. Or if we have found that we've tried it, it was not successful for us, but we see that it's successful for another organization, why don't we just partner with them to make sure that our residents still get what they need? We want to make sure that we have programs that are accessible to all. Whether you take advantage of it, that's on you, but we want to provide that accessibility. The what? Simply to come together to address disparities with a goal of providing access, resources, and a safe space for youth, teens, family, adults, and seniors. Yes, at the YMCA, we're everybody. When you look at age, we don't have infant programming, but we partner with those who do infant programming. And we range all the way up to, as of right now, I believe the most seasonally matured adult we have is at 95. So we have a range of age. So we have to make sure that whatever programming we're doing, it's the full range. We need to provide that accessibility for whatever it may need to be. So I know some people, when I went back and talked about the gym, and it falls underneath our healthy living, people say, well, I go work out. We have a lot of seasonally mature that come work out to stay healthy, to continue on in the movement of what they're doing each and every day. They want to have long life. Well, that's an amenity that we provide, is equipment. But what we've realized is, and the underline is, why do they come in the door? A lot of them are coming in because they've been isolated. They've lost their loved ones. And then the process, they just need someone to call, have friends, socialize groups. So we have a lot of people that come in just to simply socialize. And they just so happen, if they get on the treadmill, that's fine, they get on there. Or if they get in a pool, they get on there too. But in this, when we look at sense of community, community is each and every person that walks in that building and has something to offer to us. Community is the organizations that people represent when they walk through the doors that have something to offer us. We're all about community. We're all about partnership. We're all about collaboration. We cannot move forward in our future to continue to offer programs under youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility without our community. So this is a lot on the paper, on the PowerPoint, because it's the impact, but it's only a small snippet of what we do. So when I talk about partnerships and collaborations, it is under youth development, we are providing services related to a youth and teen enrichment center that's specifically targeting ages 10 to 16. Why? Because we noticed in the community health assessments that it spoke about juvenile arrest records. We know we address issues with gun violence. Why? Because most of the time the kids don't have anything to do in this age bracket. After they have 6th grade, they move on to wherever else that there is to go to for them. So we said, let's address it. But we can't do it alone. So we did partnerships. We're in a partnership with the city, Parks and Recs, and another youth-serving organization called Motivate You. This is how we work. And then as far as programming looks, we bring in other outside organizations to run programming. If you want STEM, we have a provider for that. If you want culinary, we have a partner for that. If you want to learn carpentry, guess what? We have a partner for that, so that we can expose our young people to determine, where do you want to go in life? What do you like? Let's try to find your passion now. Summer camps, we run summer camps in 4 locations. 3 of them are rural communities, because we found our rural communities were not having any assistance at all. They needed help with their youth. So therefore, we're out in Hawthorne, we're in Micanopy, and we're also now in Archer, keeping it moving to address access to opportunities for service. And we're grateful because in those rural communities, it's because of the Children's Trust funding that we're able to go out there and serve that population for us. And we have more and more, but we're excited to share that new under youth development, we are going to be hosting Youth and Teen Enrichment Nights to continue on the themes. This will be targeted for ages 11 to 18. This is all solely sponsored by the Children's Trust. Would not be happening if it was not for them. But in it, we're collaborating. So our first one's going to be August the 10th. We have UF student groups that are coming in. They're actually doing a back-to-school drive for us, and they're going to provide all the school supplies that kids need at this event. So we're very excited to continue in partnerships and collaborations, and we're constantly looking every single day for new ones. We provide swim lessons, and in the swim lessons, Florida Victorious. We have athletes that come out all the time, and they're in our facility twice a month. And what are they doing? Helping with youth development. They help teach swim lessons during the summertime. If you have not seen it, it's an amazing thing to see all these football players in a pool with 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds teaching them how to swim. It's incredible. Under healthy living, we do some, of course, personal training and continuing to move forward with the overall health and well-being with group exercise, but we're excited that we're going to be offering an indoor pickleball court. I will tell you, I don't know how to play pickleball, but I've been around pickleball for about 20 years. I'm going to learn how to play pickleball when it comes into the YMCA. So we're in the process of transitioning our space to accommodate pickleball for those that are within the community. And we're working with individuals to help us with that, because we're not the experts in that. So we go and seek out experts to be able to do that. So very excited to have that. We also have other partners that are in our facility that use lease space, which we have Life Transitional Skills, which people may know them as LTS, and they work with adults with diverse abilities. I do not say special needs, because we all have some type of diverse ability in some shape or fashion. And we also have Physical, which is a balance center who provides services under personal training or physical therapy. Social responsibility is our third one, which talks about giving back. We have simply just to give back and support to our community. And how do we do all of that? We're doing that through, we host community events. If you've ever heard about our Trunk or Treat, it's a big event that we host every year, brings out about 450 people, just to provide a safe space for trick-or-treating. But we also provide healthcare, health fairs and collaborations with UF College of Medicine. And we're doing MS. We offer MS awareness each year, which is a part of the National MS Society and a local group here in Gainesville as well. So we're very excited to continue to move forward. With this process, we do training. And training means we are training facility for different employment services like EmployU, Career Source. So when people look at the Y, we are way beyond a gym. We are way beyond the pool. Those are the amenities that we have. We are a community impact hub and have been operating as one for a little while without it being the name. But now we're full-fledged and moving forward to transition to call ourselves the YMCA Community Impact Hub and be who we are to the community in order to be able to honor our purpose of strengthening the community in those areas of focus. Coming this fall, yes, people have gone through sports with the YMCA growing up as kids. Well, we're not doing that because we found that's not our niche here. We're partnered with I-9. So I-9 will be offering sports at the YMCA. So this is how our hub will continue to form as we move forward on the various things that we will do. So we're very, very excited to be able just to share that we're making a transition. We are grateful for anyone who has had a part with the Y, who has been impacted positively by the Y, who have grown up. We thank you, Tony, for your story of the Y, because we used to be residential at one time. So we're grateful for that. But as we move forward, we are here to serve the community needs, but we know we cannot do it by ourselves. We have to have everybody in the community. We have to work together in order for us to fulfill our purpose of strengthening community. So I want to thank you just for a small snippet. I love to have conversation. I will give an impact tour if you want to come visit me, if you want to sit down and have a conversation. I know everybody doesn't like Zoom, but I will do virtual or I will do in person. If you want to learn more, hear more about what we do each and every day, we have a list of collaborators and partnerships. It's just too many to put up right now. We have worked very diligently, and I think we're now up to about 50 different collaborators and partners within the community and within these past 5 years. So we're so grateful for all of our community members and those who have impacted us and have been impacted by us. So if there's any questions at this time, I would love to entertain them. I know that was probably quick, but God told me I had a hard stop at 12:50, and I know that I can talk if I want to. So I had to be very cautious on the time.
This is fun history for you. My daughter met her husband teaching swimming lessons at the Y. They did it for several summers. They will be delighted to hear this. And when they're in town, I want to bring them up to meet you.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I will tell you, we do. We have so many marriages that come from the YMCA where people have met, grew up together. Oh, we hear that all the time. Thank you for sharing. I would love to meet them. Love it. Any other questions?
I'm really excited about the perspective that you're giving on engaging all of the community. And I was wondering, how many centers do you have in Alachua County? And if they're open to, I saw that you have things available for the elderly, but the consideration that we're having many people dealing with the challenge of heat, if it's communicated to the residents of the community that your centers are open for them to come in to cool, that it's a cool place to be in more than one way.
Yes, actually we only have one location, and it's on Northwest 34th. And the goal is, in which we've been doing, we want to go to you. We know that everybody cannot get to Northwest 34th, but that still does not stop the needs. So as we're continuing to have communications with communities of how do we get to where you are, that's where partnerships and collaborations come together. For example, when I shared about summer camp, so in Hawthorne and Archer, we utilize the elementary schools to take summer camps to them. And in Micanopy, we are utilizing a community center to take it to them. So the more we start having conversations where people reach out, which I would tell you are reaching out quite a bit to us and saying, how do we get a Y in our city, in our community? That's what we'll do. I will go out, have the conversation, and see who is willing to partner with us with a facility that we can come in and provide those services. And then we can say, we have a cool space for you. Don't worry about the heat. We got you taken care of.
We have a question from Zoom also, Angela.
Okay.
The Y, I have to scroll up to find it again. In the past, the Y offered a summer pool membership for families. This is from Jenny. It was lovely. Any thought to open it up again?
We are reviewing constantly our process. So we did not have a specific swimming pool membership, but what we do is we have guest passes so people can come at any given time to utilize our pool. So they can, at this time, use a guest pass and just come on over. We have family rates and all of that good stuff.
Excellent. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you. Anyone else? Well, look at there, 2 minutes to spare. Thank you all.
Angela, if you could join me up here just 1 second. Truly is remarkable how you leverage partnerships and listen to the community to make a bigger impact. Really appreciate you coming and speaking with us today. In your honor, we're making a donation to Child Center for Early Learning. Thank you very much. Next week, Brian Jost will be here from UF Performing Arts to share the season preview. The quote of the day, if you persevere long enough, if you do the right things long enough, the right things will happen. That is from Manon Rayom. The Rotary Reading Safari drawing is 932. 932. With that, the meeting is adjourned.